This is something that I have not shared with anyone before.
All right. Okay, I'm
So
taking notes.
it's the debut, and it is exciting. I hope that you love it as much as me. I've got to calm down and gather my thoughts. Here we go. All right. This is for mostly Christians to understand this, but even
Okay.
non-Christians, there are a lot of non-Christians that do believe in a creation story and a garden story,
Okay.
an Edenic story, and that's what this is. All right. Through the years, I have studied that subject quite a lot, and I am convinced from statements that I have read from many general authorities in the LDS Church, from the Scriptures, the Book of Mormon, that the nakedness that came upon Adam and Eve in the garden was the result of them losing light and glory that was around them, that stemmed from their Heavenly Father to them. And the result of the transgression, which had to happen so that mankind could come to be, the result of it was they were cut off from that light and that glory. And it is our job here on earth to be restored to that.
Okay.
Now, we couldn't be left completely alone because Satan wanted to take control of people. He wanted to plague mankind and even take possession of their bodies, which a lot of people don't believe in, but I do. I
do.
think the New Testament was right on.
I do.
And so Heavenly Father said that he would put enmity between Satan and the seed of the woman. And what I want to share with you today, Pat, is what I believe that enmity is.
Okay.
I believe it is this light and glory and power that we have in our biofields. Because when you have a healthy biofield that has those light photons circulating around
Right.
you cannot be penetrated by darkness and evil. So what happened to those people at the time of Christ that were sick and weak? What would he do? It would really upset people, and a lot of people still don't understand that. He would cast out the evil spirits.
Right.
Why? Because their health was so poor that their biofields were weak. So you strengthen
makes
your
sense. That makes
biofield,
sense. Yeah.
and you have that enmity that keeps it out. Well, why is it said to be a serpent? Well, there's so much symbolism within the serpent. We know that Moses held up the brass serpent. There is salvation in the serpent because Christ went below all things, even taking the place of the lowliest of all, the serpent on that cross. Now, in Egyptology, there are wonderful murals that show a young pharaoh, and he is held within a circle of an Ouroboros, a serpent with its tail in its mouth.
Right.
And it circles around
Right.
that pharaoh as his biofield to protect him from all evil, from all pollution outside of that. Now, you also have the Quetzalcoatl figure,
Right.
Jesus Christ visiting the Americans, the winged serpent. And that serpent is how we get protection. One more, the hypocephalus. Facsimile 2 in the Book of Mormon. That hypocephalus is fascinating. Look right in the center at figure 1. There's two little snakes circulating around what's happening there.
Are. Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that in years.
Yes, the electricity that comes from the bite of that snake is the symbol for the electromagnetic biofield of protection that is the same. Now, we were talking about the room systems, and I didn't quite
Right.
finish this thought.
Okay.
There is bad magnetic fields and electric fields that are harmful, and there are good ones that are ordered and not chaotic. And it takes the good to protect us from the bad.
Right.
In the same way, the symbol of the snake has the good serpent, Quetzalcoatl, Jesus Christ, protecting us from the chaotic bad kind and keeping that out. And this system will strengthen our biofields so that that enmity remains in place. Now, something even more interesting than that in a way, Hugh Nibley says that every 26,000 years, now that's interesting because every 26,000 years we know is the end of our rotation around the zodiac, and that is when we have a new great day that starts, and that happens winter solstice 2012. He says that's an important date, and he says you get larger from that, and then you get to 26 million years. And you know what happens every 26 million years, Pat?
Tell me.
We come into this field, this energy in space that is highly radioactive. But Nibley says it's a friendly radioactivity. And we are coming into that right now.
2012.
And the Mayans knew that.
2012.
And so many people refuse to look at what's happening in Japan because they're too scared. They think it's the end of the world. They think if they don't look at it, it'll somehow go away because you can't see it, smell it, or taste it. But it won't go away, and it isn't the end of the world because Heavenly Father knew in advance that these things would happen, and He has prepared a way for our escape. And that is how come we are now moving through this energy field that is bringing down radiation. Now, what happens with this system is with the two pieces of quartz, it draws in those light photons from that friendly radiation, uses that to make a very strong biofield, and here we have protection from what is happening. And so the world will make it through this because of where we are right now in space. And you'll make it through even better if you have health problems or weaknesses or children that are so susceptible, if you add this to it and strengthen your biofield.